Welcome back to another episode of Dice City Picks. I'm your host, Tony Parlay. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my picks. We've got some NBA action to break down as the New York Knicks will be hosting the Houston Rockets tonight. Now, this will be the second meeting of the season for these two teams. The Rockets won the first meeting between these two back in November, 109-97. Now, both of these teams are coming into this one off of losses. The Rockets lost to the Nets 110-98, while the Knicks lost to the Lakers 128-112. Now, odds makers have favored the Knicks on the spread by 6.5 points and on the money line at minus 250, while the Rockets are plus 200 with a total of 223.5 points. These teams have nearly identical records. How can the Knicks be favored by so much? The Knicks opened up at minus 205 money line favorites. It's been bet up to minus 250 because the public is backing them to bounce back tonight. While the Sharps, they're backing the Rockets this evening. Let's see if there's an edge on the total. It opened up at 222.5. It's been bet up to 223.5. The public loves the over in this one while the Sharps are taking the under. Let's see if we can get any insight from the injury report. For the Rockets, they will be without Jabari Smith, Alperen Sengun, and it looks like Fred VanVleet will also miss this game. The Knicks ruled out OG Anunoby, Mitchell Robinson, and Pacome Dadier, while Josh Hart is probable. The injury report looks pretty full. However, I'm not really seeing an advantage for one team or the other based on those injuries. While it is tempting to play the total in this one, I'm not seeing a clear indication on what side to play, mainly due to those injuries that were listed. I'm not sure what pace these teams will play at, so I'm going to go ahead and stay away from the total in this one. That leaves us with the spread and the money line. For the money line, you got plus 200 and minus 250. Doesn't really leave a lot of room for error. I'm not really certain on one side or the other, so I'm going to avoid the money line play, target the spread instead. The Rockets have been fantastic at covering the spread on the road this season, posting an NBA best 17-7 record against the number on the road. The Knicks probably win this one at home tonight, but 6.5 points feels like far too many points. The Rockets to cover the 6.5 point spread at minus 115 odds is the best bet in this one. Go ahead and click on the banner. Let's make some money and let's make it a profitable night. Now, the second game we're going to break down is going to be another NBA one. The San Antonio Spurs will be heading to Memphis to take on the Grizzlies tonight. Now, this will be the third meeting of the season for these two teams. The Grizzlies won the first two meetings between these two fairly easily, 140-112, 129-115. Now, the Spurs are coming into this one off of a buzzer-beating loss to the Heat, 105-103, while the Grizzlies are coming into this one off a 132-119 win over the Bucks. Odds makers have favored the Grizzlies on the spread by 3.5 points and on the money line at minus 155, while the Spurs are plus 125 with a total of 240.5. The Grizzlies opened up at minus 245 moneyline favorites. It's been bet down to minus 155 because the public's backing the Spurs to bounce back tonight, while Sharps, they're backing the Grizzlies this evening. Let's see if there's any edge on the total. It opened up at 242.5. It's been bet down to 239.5, 240. The public loves the over in this one, while the Sharps are taking the under. Let's take a look at that injury report. For the Spurs, Saidi Sissoko is out with a concussion, while Victor Wembanyama is questionable with an illness, but he is expected to play. De'Aaron Fox will not make his debut with the team tonight. And for the Grizzlies, they'll be without Cam Spencer and Desmond Bane, while Marcus Smart and Vince Williams are doubtful. John Morant and Brandon Clark are questionable. That Grizzlies injury report looks pretty full, which should be an advantage for the Spurs. The total in this one is sky high at around 240. Total has gone over in 4 of the last 5 for both the Grizzlies and the Spurs. Despite that, I'm still not too sure how to play this number. This leaves us with the spread and the money line for this one. For the money line, it's fairly close. Spurs are plus 125. Grizzlies minus 155. However, I don't really see a ton of value on playing either side at those prices. The Spurs have been solid at covering the spread on the road this season, posting an 11-9 record against the spread. However, the Grizzlies have covered the spread in 6 of their last 8 against the Spurs. This is really a tough one, but I think the Grizzlies win a hard-fought, close one over the Spurs tonight. But I'm actually going to go ahead and take the points and back the Spurs. The Spurs to cover the 3.5 point spread at minus 118 odds is the best bet in this one. Go ahead, click on the banner. Let's make some money. Let's make it a profitable night.